It is game 2 of the NBA Finals, and my best bets are on the way. We got our favorite player prop, game pick, same game parlay, and a giveaway for all the people watching the video. It's an action-packed episode. Let's get into it. Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. Game 2, Celtics versus Warriors. It's going to be a doozy. Let's do a recap of game 1, though. Marcus Smart, over 24.5 PRAs. Cash it. He gets benched basically the whole fourth quarter, comes in, knocks down 2 threes for us, cashing it for everyone. Thank you, Marcus. Now, I will wait no longer. We have our giveaway coming, and thank you guys all for helping us hit 34,000 subscribers. That's why we're doing this giveaway. I'll put the parlay up on the screen. If it hits, we're giving away $1,000 to one random subscriber. Go down below, hit that subscribe button. It's 100% free. We're giving $1,000 to random COS All-Star. If you want to become an All-Star, click the join button on the channel. Number 3, we're giving $1,000 to a random person in our Chalkboard. Chalkboard, just a free group discussion app. Now, I know it's only available on iOS at the moment, but 100% free to join. You have a bunch of different ways to potentially win $1,000. We want to hopefully give back to you guys. I'll talk about each of these legs at the end of the video. Let's open cashes. I got no more intros, really. Let's get into it. Thank you guys again for 34,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for showing the support. Everyone that likes the video, comments down below, whatever it may be, I appreciate you guys. Let's hop into it. No more notes. Going with my favorite player prop of the day, Stephen Curry. We're taking his over 5.5 assists, minus 112 on FanDuel. Now, let's take a flashback to game 1. We looked at Stephen Curry, 34 points, only 5 assists, though. So he did finish on the hook. Not what we want, but I think he can get a 6 assist today. Now, this was a game in game 1 where Stephen Curry attempted 25 field goal attempts. Now, that is a lot for him. I don't expect him to shoot 25 today. If he does shoot up near that number, I expect him to finish in the low 20s, though. But we looked at the first quarter. Curry scored 18 points in Q1, and then the Celtics were like, oh, we're playing Stephen Curry. We actually got to guard this guy. And they only limited him to 16 points throughout the remainder of the game. And look, in game 1, when that first quarter, he had a lot of open shots. And granted, you know, there's Stephen Curry range where he's not necessarily shooting right on the three-point line. Someone just throws it to him. He's like, oh, I'm wide open. He was still, you know, making some moves to get open. But still, we saw the rest of them make adjustments to Celtics defense. And I don't think he's getting a lot of open looks in game 2. Now, we flash back to game 1. So like I said, Steph had 5 assists. We need him to get 6 today. He did have 9 assist chances. And his adjusted assists on the NBAstats.com website was 6. So he technically would have cashed in their eyes. Now, prior to game 1, his 3 previous games against the Dallas Mavericks, he had 9, 8, and 11 assists. So crashing this easily in those 3 games. And over the last 12 playoff games, I say the last 12 because I'm not going to include that first round series against the Nuggets when he was banged up, coming off the bench in those games. So the last 12 games, which would be the last 2 rounds plus game 1, he had averaged 6.4 assists per game on 9.9 assist chances. So right around what he had in game 1, and that included, if you look at his adjusted assists on the NBA Stats website, that was 8.4. So they really thought he had a good chance. I think he has a good chance to get it done today. Now, if you look at those 12 games, he averaged 46.8 passes per game. That could just be him inbounding the ball or passing it to a teammate, then passes it again. Either way, 46.8 passes per game and he was still averaging 6.4 assists per game. In game 1, we saw Steph Curry pass it 59 times, well above that average number. Just guys weren't shooting it off his passes. Maybe they shoot it a little bit more today. And if you're the Celtics, instead of going under those screens, you got to trap, obviously, you got to trap Stephen Curry, double team him, make him drive, pass it to the guys in the corner, make those guys knock down shots, not Stephen Curry, who made 7 threes on you. So I think the Celtics are going to do a much better defensive game plan for this game, too. Make someone else beat them in this one. And look, this is a must-win game for the Warriors. So we're going to see Stephen Curry be out there a lot. He played 38 minutes in game 1. I anticipate he plays around that again in game 2, at least 36-plus minutes. And Curry also, sorry, man, your odds boosted. Him and Jason Tatum, both to score 30-plus points, odds boosted on FanDuel. Look, his over is going to be a popular play after everyone just saw him score 34 points. His regular line is 28.5. Like, I don't think he gets it done in that category. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but I think this assist is the move in this one. So I'll be sprinkling a little bit on Stephen Curry, double-double at plus 700 value on Barstool Sportsbook. And look, you saw his 10-plus assists in the same game parlay giveaway. We'll talk about that in a second, but I think he has a good chance to get double-digit assist chances, and potentially if the Celtics are just trapping him like crazy, maybe some other guys knock down some shots for him. Plus, his teammates are at home, where they're going to shoot a much better percentage. Obviously, role players play a lot better at home than they do on the road. So Stephen Curry, that's my play of the day. We're taking his over 5.5 assists. Go get it done, Mr. Curry. We'll be relying on you. Just pass to your teammates. Let them knock down some shots. Now, let's go to my game pick. You guys know I do leans on these because I really don't like putting game picks out there. Everyone and their mother was on Warriors in game 1. We see how that ended out. But game 2, I'd lean the Warriors minus the 4. The only problem I don't like is, one, everyone and their mother's on the Warriors again. That's 72% of the money on the spread, 82% on Warriors money line. Like, that's a big yikes. Like, can the Celtics go up 2-0 and go back home to Boston up 2-0? Certainly. I just think the Warriors are a good enough team. I think Steve Kerr makes the adjustments, and they do win this game. What was that stat that I saw on Twitter? Like, 63 straight teams that have been favored by less than 6 points. Whoever wins in those games will cover. So maybe the Warriors win and cover. I really don't know. I definitely butchered that stat, but you guys might know what I'm talking about if you saw it on Twitter. But either way, I leaned the Warriors minus the 4. Now let's talk about some player props. Kind of already mentioned Stephen Curry under 28.5 points. Look, he's odds boosted. I know a lot of people are going to be taking his over. And if we look at game 1, Stephen Curry scored 18 points in the first quarter. And now his 3-point line set to 4.5, quite juiced on the under. And he made 7 threes in that game. So what if he comes out, only makes a pedestrian 5 threes today? Well, he'd end with 28 points and be under this line and what he did exactly in game 1. I think 28.5 is a little bit high against a very good Celtics defense. Obviously, the best one all season long by all the ratings. So I think Stephen Curry struggles to score. I'd kind of lean that under 28.5 points. Not going to put any money on it, but I do think he goes under, maybe over an assist, hopefully. Now, another guy I leaned under for, Al Horford, under 11.5 points. Look, I've seen this story from Al Horford before. He goes absolutely crazy, and then the next game he shoots 3 times. He says everyone takes his over. They're like, they see Al Horford knock down 6 threes. They're like, why the heck's his line 11.5? Put my whole account on it, and then you just see Al Horford shoot 3 times, score like 6 points. That's the Al Horford way. That's what he does. So I would not touch his overs today. Be a little bit cautious. It's Al Horford. You just never know what you're getting from him. He's not knocking down 6 threes again. And if he does, go put your money on it because it's probably like plus 25,000 odds. So probably not that juiced, but still, that's something to think about. Now, my fiance, Trina, wanted to give out her pick. She's 3-0 so far in the playoffs. So I told her I'd put it in right here. Her pick of the day, Otto Porter Jr. under 6.5 points. Look, I'm not counting this towards my record. She likes this play. I asked her why, and she said, just trust the process. I said, all right, bet. I'm going to throw it in the video. We'll see how she does. Otto Porter Jr. under 6.5 points. I do agree with the play, but that's my fiance's pick of the day. Do whatever you want with it. Let's talk about this giveaway parlay, though, first. We're going to a plus 16,000 odds. Steph Curry, 10 plus assists. Robert Williams, 10 plus points. And Jason Tatum, 10 plus rebounds. Now, we think about game 1. Obviously, none of these legs hit. So they're due is what the people out there say. But we talked about Stephen Curry enough. I think he has a chance to get 10 plus assists. He's done it once in his last 4 games. If the Celtics are double teaming him like crazy, could be passing it more. Maybe we see Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, those guys kind of start to knock down some shots. So I think Steph Curry has a chance to get that 10 plus assists. Now, Robert Williams, 10 plus points. I'd argue probably the easiest leg in this one. Now, Robert Williams played a big 24 minutes in game 1. Only scored 8 points, was 4 for 4 from the field. Look, Robert Williams, he's going to be hovering at the rim, looking for lobs, and that's what he did in the fourth quarter. I imagine he plays above 20, 25-ish minutes, and he played well in those minutes that he got in game 1. So 10 plus points, not hard for Robert Williams. He can get 5 dunks, and boom, he's already over that. Robert Williams is, obviously, there's a risk baked into here, but if he's going to do it, he's going to do it pretty well. So I think Robert Williams has a chance, and then Jason Tatum, to close this out, 10 plus rebounds. Look, I think he has a chance. Now it's plus 16,000 odds. Now, Tatum's rebound line was like 8.5 in game 1. Saw some people on the over. It didn't work out. He had 5 rebounds. And now everyone was on in game 1. No one will be on in game 2. Tatum probably comes out here and just snags a bunch of rebounds. Just says, well, you know what? They're kind of playing tough for me on defense. I might as well go out there and try to get a triple-double. Maybe he gets those assists again. But I think we'll see Tatum maybe alter. Maybe he had 13 assists in game 1. Maybe he has 13 rebounds in game 2. I think he'll have the rebound chances. He's normally going to just be kind of hovering on defense. Robert Williams contesting a lot of shots. Al Horford out on Draymond Green. I think Tatum has the chance to get 10-plus rebounds. He's obviously done it before in the past. He can certainly do it again. So those 3 legs, obviously, if it hits, we're giving a $1,000 to a random subscriber, $1,000 to a COS All-Star, and $1,000 to a random person in our Chalkboard. Top link in the description. Go join it. I'll see you guys in there. We can talk about our plays. Now, let's go to a conservative parlay. This did hit in game 1. So we're going to run it back. It's not necessarily the exact one, but it has some legs that you might have recognized. Draymond Green, under 8.5 assists. Look, he's gone under this a lot of times this postseason. I like it. Jason Tatum, 4-plus assists. He's had that almost every single playoff game. So they're going to be forcing him to pass it. I think he gets it done. Marcus Smart, another guy I actually leaned his regular over 5.5 assists at plus value. I like him to get 4-plus assists. I believe he got that in game 1. He had like 12 assist chances. I think he's due for a little bit of positive regression. He's also not getting benched for Derek White and Peyton Pritchard that much in game 2. That ain't happening again. I'm sorry. I love you, Peyton Pritchard. Love you, Derek White. You guys aren't going that crazy like you did in game 1. They're going to clamp you up. So I think Marcus Smart plays a little bit more minutes. 4-plus assists. I don't mind it. And then Jaylen Brown, under 5.5 assists. He did end up with 5 on the last game. I think that was a little bit high for him. I think we'll close in that 3-4-ish range today. He had a bunch of those assists in that fourth quarter when he's taken over with Robert Williams. So I like all those guys. Plus 101, not the craziest value. It's just the bankroll builder. We're just going to kind of be messing with these. Put a little bit of money on it. I'm not putting a full unit on it. I'm just going to sprinkle on it. It's just the same game parlay to kind of get the juices flowing while we're watching game 2. But either way, my one official play of the day is going to be that play. We're going to go Stephen Curry over 5.5 assists. Sprinkle on a little bit of 10+ assists, maybe the double-double for a little bit of extra value, plus that giveaway parlay. Join the chalkboard. I appreciate you guys, as always, for supporting the channel. It's been Austin, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Don't force too many bets, please. It's game 2. We got hopefully a lot more games left in the series. I appreciate you guys, as always, for watching the video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.